And I thank my colleagues and everything that is being said all day today on transformation and digital and where we're going. So just to take you back to a story, if I want to go back to more than 5 years ago or 7 years ago and zoom into KSA as a region, what we've done is that we've seen that there's more digital demands and the requirement for information and data being something that is constantly on the rise. And that has taken us on a journey of having to get all our clients and put it in a matrix where we actually see what do they want. It's not about the drawing, it's not about the BOQ, it's never about the deliverable, it's about the actual result. So to me, as a digital person, I think of it, I want to give our clients what information they need. So looking at 5 years, a storyline of 5 years, what we thought was a nice-to-have technology back then is today a must-have in KSA. All of our clients, which I will not mention most of their names, but have digital requirements that are constantly increasing. Technology is one side of it, but what's helping us, because we have that technology, people just want more, yeah? So just the case of a roadway, it will generate more traffic once you build the road, yeah? As much as you actually thought of how busy it would be. So we've seen that there's a 95% increase in digital requirements from all of our clients. 70% is just a conservative number for us to kind of go with. So moving forward, we as AECOM got together globally. We have 2,000 to 2,500 digital experts across the globe to come up with a global digital strategy to respond to the client's demands and needs. So we've done a 3-piece strategy. One is based on digital adoption. How do we work with our engineers, with our people, with our project managers, with the rest of our supply chain to adopt digital tools and workflows to be able to make our engineering services much better, faster, agile, and consistent with the market requirements, especially in this region, the timelines. Second of all, we want to be a part and at the forefront of our peers in the industry by supporting our clients in simply helping them to transform digitally themselves. We're looking at this delivering a digital consultancy service to our clients today for them to do the right steps and avoid many mistakes that we have done over the years, and that's what truly becomes the breadth of leveraging lessons learned. And finally, the hosted services. We are in the business today of creating bespoke solutions to problems we see in the engineering industry today. So today, just for the sake of time, I also will focus on digital adoption. And that's the next slide is a very interesting one. So if you look at what transformation really means, in basic terms, no software, nothing else, just in nature. Transformation is very different than optimization. What we as engineers, me being an engineer as one of you, I used to think that transformation is making something, a caterpillar, go faster, yeah? So put it on a skateboard, put a rocket, so let's optimize the way we do it. I have bosses that tell me, we've always delivered cut sheets and drawings and we priced accordingly. How fast can you make the drawing? I'm not in the business of making drawings. We're in the business of transforming a caterpillar into a butterfly. What does that mean? We're transforming the core of what we want from a project. So information is the key. Our job is to get the right information in front of the right person at the right time. In summary, this is what digital means to me. Away from the IT and the software, it's our information. So, putting it in a more engineering context, we all like schedules here. Traditionally, there's a linear waterfall diagram that shows how projects are delivered today. It used to be delivered traditionally. So how do we go from that waterfall diagram with a lot of waste, redundancy, man-hours spent, discrepancy in terms of information and data, into a more concise and solid workflow? As many of my peers earlier today said that BIM, GIS, and all those tools are some of the great things that we use today, but those are the tools. What I believe in is the actual infrastructure and culture and logic in which we have to think of as an industry. So how do we get to the full circle? How do we have information in one place, irrespective of where it is, becoming our single source of truth to get us to everything we need today from a project? Whether deliverables, whether it's drawings, whether it's clash detection, whether it's cost, these are all kind of a nice wish list for every project. But we will never be able to clean it up unless we have it correctly in a single source of truth. Now, once we get to that step, and I think a lot of people in the industry want to get to that step, and that's where the industry is at today, we can start talking about automation. I cannot manipulate data if I do not have it clean in a nice way or form. So what we've done is that we've done a digital journey that you probably heard a lot of today. We started with standardizing. Let's make standards. And it's very difficult for a 57,000 employee company to standardize across the globe. But we believe that if you go to Starbucks in the US or in Vietnam and in Dubai, you'll still get the same cup of coffee. Why can't we do and deliver the same design globally? So we're talking about big standards in terms of digital. We're talking about process and workflow. We're talking about technology, that tools are just helping us to get to where we want. They're not what makes us what we do. They are just tools that help us. We need to get the right skill set. Talent management is a big thing in our company. And then we need to leverage and use the cloud infrastructure and the IT guys stuff in terms of getting, to the goal. So we created a lot of workflows. We created a lot of documents. We help onboard people, whether clients or actual our people, to projects. We are in a multimedia age today with people reading less and less. So we do our standards in terms of single diagrams like these with links to everything that you would need on a project. So this is your starter kit, your adoption kit. Because again, our key in this region is agility and to make sure we're delivering as per our clients' expectations, if not over-delivering to that. So on automation strategy, we receive a design. We use whatever tools we use to develop that design. I'm not going to speak of software or tools because it's about the design. We as engineers understand design and construction. So we receive a design. Some smart people get along the table and start looking at an idea of how do we recognize the pattern of which this design is made. We then execute certain computations, and then we produce our deliverables as kind of the benefit. And then we need to kind of clean it, rinse it, and repeat it on all other projects. So we're saving time, money, we're conserving knowledge, and we're reusing that standard design across the board. We have things like these, where globally I am obliged to fill in business cases, looking at what problems are there, how did we solve them, and I answer the questions on this table. Is it scalable? Is it something used globally? Is it developed only for a local use or a global use? And the same thing goes for other regions. And the reason we're confident in what we do in Saudi Arabia today is that we're getting that global knowledge and global scripts being used on today's projects in Saudi Arabia. So what I'm about to go next, for the sake of time, are quick videos of things we used in mega projects here in the kingdom. So as engineers, we all know what culverts mean. So I look at the transport business. So if you're looking at 194 culverts to be designed and modeled, you cannot do that simply traditionally in a day or two, but we did it with a script in 2 minutes. So in 2 minutes, we develop a script, and it's not about having the script doing traditional modeling. No, it's taking an alignment from team alignments and taking structure from team structures and making their data talk to each other, because I don't think as engineers we're very good in talking to each other, especially when we're very busy. So this is what happens. Let the data talk to itself. Let the alignment go into a certain script and the structure go into that alignment, take the proper elevations and the proper metrics that you're looking at, and you end up in the end with a result. Same thing for bridges. It's a big thing. I kind of specialize in linear structures and linear infrastructure as well. So if we're looking at bridges, we need to look at how do I make a bridge literally pop this way. Now we all go to conferences and see these amazing videos of press a button and you get it there. That's not one of them. Trust me, there's a lot in the back end that has been done in terms of showing how elements deal together in terms of alignments, in terms of surfaces, in terms of how the topography changes, and how our structure also will match that accurately. Because once I get to the model, everyone knows the benefits of BIM at this point, and GIS and all of those stuff. So this is just to expedite the modeling to become data-driven. So I want the data inside that model. That's what I care about. Same thing for tunnels. We had a requirement to kind of look at cost estimation. So no one is going to sit there and start modeling piece by piece. What we decided to do is to break down our model into actual pieces. The engineering goes into it. Every element is actually guided by a certain engineering knowledge, a cost parameter. So if I'm a 3D model today, my passport or my ID holds my parameters, which makes me function in today's world, correct? whether I'm going through an airport or buying a new SIM card, I would need those parameters. It is the same thing with digital assets. Finally, there's a big topic in terms of GeoBIM. So GeoBIM is something we as a brand became Digital AECOM as well. We're expanding in digital, that we're our own brand. So especially in KSA, looking at planning, we're building things from scratch. There's a steep curve that we need to get ahead of. So we developed tools. One of our hosted services is pipe and tunnel routing. And how do we do that? In the planning. I know that there's this area, I want to avoid this, I want to avoid that. You just put in the parameters, and automatically you will get with an optimized alignment for your pipeline or tunnel, which then you can leverage in your GIS, in your BIM, in producing drawings as well. So once we have those, as you can see in the video, it's already linked to the GIS, it's already stored in a central location, and it's already used by whoever needs to use it to kind of develop it further into a design. So if we get the basics right from the beginning and start digitally with information in mind from the beginning, I think it segments a lot of the challenge that goes downstream in the process, whether it's a design or construction. And I think with that, that was just a quick, simulation of the things we do. And definitely there's a lot more, but I'm already over time. And I would like to thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you.